Hello and welcome back to The Witch's Lair inside the Crypt of Knights. Tonight we are taking a look at The Long Walk, the new dystopian horror epic directed by Francis Lawrence and based on the novel by Stephen King. Lawrence is best known for movies like Constantine, I Am Legend, and most of the Hunger Games films from the franchise. He has also directed more than 60 music videos, so he is an expert in his craft. This movie is based on the Stephen King novel of the same name. Published in 1979 under the pseudonym Richard Bachman, The Long Walk is similar to his other novel, The Running Man, in premise but not in tone. Both stories take place in a dystopian future, and young men have to survive a gruesome game in front of a televised audience. In The Running Man, people participate in televised death matches for prizes. A contestant must survive for 30 days while being hunted by hunters. In The Long Walk, there is a televised competition where 100 teenage boys start a grueling walking marathon. They must maintain a minimum pace, or they are shot by military personnel. The last boy remaining wins a grand prize, which consists of money and a wish. The winner can basically wish for whatever he wants. You can watch The Long Walk in theatres, and even though no premium format is available, this one doesn't need it. It is a very intimate film, where the characters are treated very humanly. The path to the Long Walk film has been as long as the tale itself. In 1988, George A. Romero was first called to direct, but the vision crumbled into dust. Years later, in 2007, Frank Darabont seized the rights, vowing to craft a strange, contained, and low-budget adaptation. Yet his vision never took hold. In 2018, New Line Cinema revived the march, binding James Vanderbilt and his mythology entertainment coven to the project. And in 2019, André Øvredal was named to direct, but still the road stretched on with no end in sight. At last, in 2023, Lionsgate rose to claim the story, with Francis Lawrence set to direct and J.T. Molnar conjuring the script. The cast grew with the likes of Cooper Hoffman, David Johnson, Charlie Plummer, Ben Wang, Roman Griffin Davis, Judy Greer, and even the legendary Mark Hamill. He finally gets a role where he can show off his talents. Filming began in Winnipeg in July 2024 and ended that September, shot in sequence like the grim walk itself. By March 2025, Jeremiah Freites put in the final touches, a haunting score to echo every step of this long, cursed journey. What is this movie about, then? In a bleak and oppressive America ruled by a ruthless regime, an annual event known only as The Long Walk lures thousands of boys to risk everything for the promise of unimaginable reward. 50 are chosen, armed with nothing more than water, rations, and their determination, and set upon a road with one simple command: keep walking. Soldiers watch their every step, enforcing strict rules with deadly consequences. Among the chosen is Raymond Garrity, a teenager who quickly learns that this is not just a test of strength, but a relentless trial of will, endurance, and humanity itself. As the miles stretch on and the toll of the walk deepens, alliances start to form, and even though it is every man for himself and every character is flawed, each one starts to care about the other, and they form this special bond that only a tragically violent situation can create. The script and the filmmaking are superb for the first 3/4 of the film, hell, almost till the end. The way Lawrence, through the characterization of each one of the walkers in the contest, creates a theme of flawed humanity, and how even in the most dire of circumstances people are inherently good, and in the worst of times that's when people come together and help each other. The original book was an allegory for the draft for the Vietnam War, and in this modern interpretation you can understand how, even without the draft, American society still takes advantage of its youth. The state's propaganda makes blind endurance look like honor, and sacrifice seem like choice. It lures the young with promises of glory and reward, only to grind them down in service of a system that feeds on their hope, their pain, and their very lives. But then comes the dumbest ending in the history of dumbest endings. The whole theme that the movie had created for 2 hours came crumbling down for a stupid Hollywood ending that makes as much sense as a screen door in a submarine. I have to talk about the ending because I'm so disillusioned. The two main characters in both the book and the movie are Raymond Garrity, number 47, and Peter McVry's number 23. Garrity, played by Cooper Hoffman, is the good guy in the story. He helps other contestants and has a heart of gold, while McVry's, played by David Johnson, is an urban kid who's tough as nails. He has a scar across his face and looks like he's damaged goods. Well, it turns out that Garrity has a dark secret. He is there to win so he can kill the Major, the creator of the Long Walk, while McVry's, who has suffered his whole life, plans on doing something good for the people if he wins. In the book, McVry's sacrifices himself so that Garrity can win, because he's convinced that Garrity will do the right thing. But Garrity has lost his mind by the end of the walk, just like the soldiers coming back from Vietnam, so he can't really do anything. In the movie, it is Garrity who sacrifices himself so that McVry's will win and do something good for humanity. And this is where the Hollywood screenwriters forgot about what they built on for the whole movie. Now McVry's gets a carabine and shoots the Major to fulfill the violent wish of his friend, proving to everyone that we are not all inherently good, but evil, violent, and stupid. I don't know. I hated that ending. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So yes, I recommend you watch this film because it's great, but get ready to be disappointed by the screenwriter in the end. And if you want a good ending, read the book. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please keep watching The Crypt of Knights.